I'm Ken Moody, and this is Ken Moody Hunting TV. On today's show, it's all bow hunting in Africa with me. We'll be back with all that action.
Slick Trick Broadheads presents Ken Moody Hunting TV. Ken Moody Hunting TV is brought to you by Slick Trick Broadheads, Elite Archery, North Fork Technologies, True Fire Releases, Vapor Trail Archery, Gunner's Taxidermy, Fauna and Flora Custom House Brokerage, and Ken and Paul's Family Steakhouse.
Our first hunt today is for a species that is very common in Africa, the warthog. Everybody knows what it is, but I'm telling you, they're a lot of fun to hunt, and I enjoy taking this one. And I was very lucky to do so. So let's have a look. This is a warthog. This is a huge old boy. Whew. Man, he came in. I mean, I was ho-humming around up in the tree stand. I happened to glance to my left. There he was, right on the water. And this is exactly the way he fell. I promise you, we are only about 75 yards from the tree stand, and down he went. I saw him go down in a cloud of dust. I put it right through the shoulder, which you have to do on a warthog. And down he goes. Beautiful, beautiful warthog, if a warthog can be called beautiful. He's a big male. He's got 2 sets of warts on both sides. He's an old hog. He's all skin up here. Man, you want to talk about a lot of character. This old pig has a lot of character. Beautiful, beautiful, and perfectly shot. I am fired up. Now you want to talk about taken completely off guard. That was me with this warthog. I was up in the tree stand about 20 yards off the water hole, and I'm not sure what I was doing. I was fumbling with the camera. I was fooling around with something, and I just happened to glance down, and there that big pig was right at the water. And that's the way they do it. Boy, they come in, they usually circle the water hole, they check scent with their nose, and I never saw this warthog until he was actually right there on the water hole. Unbelievable that I was able to get the camera reoriented, get it in focus, and zoom while he's drinking, get the bow off the bow rack, draw the bow and take the shot, you know, all before that boar took off and ran. But hey, what about that big old warthog? What about that big set of tusks? Now in Africa, a male warthog will have 4 warts. They have 2 on each side, whereas a female only has 1. A big male like the one I shot will look disproportionate. His head will look larger than his body, or too big for his body, and he will have tusks that extend out from his upper lip. Now, those upper tusks are ivory, and the lower tusks are just like our wild boar here in the States. They're regular tusks, but the upper tusks are ivory. A very unique trophy. But common in Africa and very inexpensive to hunt. So I like to tag and bag a lot of warthogs when I get the chance. But hey, after the messages, we'll be back with more Plains game hunting action.
We'll be right back with more Ken Moody Hunting TV.
Our next hunt today did not go quite as I had planned. And sometimes that happens, but let's have a look. she is. Let's go see what we got. Well, we found our hartebeest. It was about 100 meters from the water hole, but as it was getting late, we decided to run back to the truck and get some lanterns so we could do a recovery. And I could show you this beautiful, unique African animal. This is a red hartebeest. I drew on the second hartebeest, and as I drew, this one stepped right in the line of fire. So I had to hold my draw and hold my draw and hold my draw, and finally I had to let down. And when I let down, this old girl here heard me and quickly turned and took a look. So I drew the bow, and as soon as the second one cleared, I took the shot, and I took her right through the right shoulder, and it quartered out the far side, and she went about 100 meters. This is a very unique animal. It's a really nice bow hunting trophy, and I'm just so happy that we found her so close. Now that was a very large record book red hartebeest bull, and he came in. He was the herd bull with a large group of cows, and they came in and meandered around and meandered around. The problem was the water hole I was hunting was to my direct front, but we had had some rain, and there was a little pool of water and some rocks just above the water hole, and that's where these hartebeest were drinking. And I was waiting and waiting and waiting, and the cows were in the way and moving around, and then that big bull started making his way to that small pool of water that was above and behind the little rock ledge you saw there from the main water hole. So I drew my bow, and actually I had to rush my shot, which I don't like to do, in order to tag that big bull. And as you see, I hit him about 4 inches back from where I needed to hit him. It did quarter in, though. I was able to take the offside lung, and we gave that big old bull about an hour and a half to 2 hours before we took up the track. I put my trackers on the track. They were able to take the track with the herd as the bull stayed with the herd, and then he separated out from the herd, and that's where it gets real tricky, and that's why you need excellent trackers, you know, for an animal that starts out potentially as a wound. The trackers will get on the track, and they will stay with the herd and stay with the herd, but they constantly have to check to make sure that the bull or the animal that's wounded doesn't pull out of the herd. And after rechecking the backtrack a few times, they were able to determine that the bull had moved off from the herd because he was wounded, and they took that track, and in about 400 or 500 meters, we found that big bull on the ground. Fortunately, I shot this big bull around noon, so we were able to give him a few hours and then take up the track. We found him just before dark. But again, be patient. If you make a shot, you know it's a bad shot. If you're on a guided hunt, tell the guide where you think you hit it. You know, don't give him the optimistic, oh, I think it was in there because of this or that. If it's a gut shot, tell him straight away it's a gut shot, and that guide will know exactly what to do and how long to wait. But anyway, those things happen. I was very happy to recover that big bull, and man, what a trophy. Big, huge, 23-inch red hartebeest bull that I'm proud to call my own. But things happen. After the messages, we'll be right back with our last hunt.
We've got more action coming up. Stay tuned. Ken Moody Hunting TV. We'll be right back.
Be careful. Just make sure he's dead.
Bonnie, wait for Herman.
Thanks.
One shot?
Congrats.
I told you it was a good shot.
Good job.
Yes.
Good job.
Yeah, this is where we heard him fall. Yeah.
I want you to get on the other side so I
Goodness.
can see him.
Yeah, he's dead. You can walk around.
Yeah.
He's down Nothing left.
Stink bull.
Oh my gosh! Look on this side! Oh yes! Oh, I love it! Good shot. Oh.
Excellent shot.
Excellent, excellent.
Excellent. Hold his head up.
Yeah, grab him by the head and see how big them horns are.
What do you think?
It's undescribable. It's amazing. What a rush.
It's a beautiful animal. They're not as easy to hunt as some people think,
Oh my God.
especially on foot. When you're on foot.
It's that one good shot.
Yeah, the first shot, you're only going to get one good shot. And one shot, this big old bull came over here. And
Thank you, thank you. Oh,
he's heading to the salt now.
Right.
Watch out for this guy.
did you hear that? Sniffer.
Hey, get. Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, this is Team Giraffe. Team Giraffe.
Freaky now you can tell Jack you finally found that giraffe. Son of a gun was 20 foot tall.
Our last hunt today is for a species commonly called the poor man's buffalo, the blue wildebeest. And nothing is as tough as a buffalo on the plains game side as a blue wildebeest. They're big, they're strong, they're tough, and you really have to place that arrow in the right spot to make it count. So let's see what happens when these 4 big wildebeest bulls showed up at my water hole.
I'm gonna try to take the big bull in the front. He gives me the shot. Yes. All I want to say is, what about that? We've been here 30 minutes. We had Impala rams, zebra, and this herd of all bull wildebeest. I mean, every one of these wildebeest came in were a big bull. I'm whispering because they're still over there. The bull I've shot is down. He didn't go anywhere. He's on the ground. And they came in, and he gave me an angle briefly, but I wasn't sure if we were capturing it on video, so I didn't shoot at the first moment. And then he moved around, and that first one that came in is the one I wanted. He's really a nice bull. He stepped out in the water, gave me the shot. Boom! I put a 100-grain muzzy right through his shoulders, and he has collapsed within sight. He's not 100 yards away, he's on the ground. Let's go take a look at this wildebeest. We don't have to track it. Boom, he's right here. I'm talking a whole lot of loving, and I have a whole lot of loving for this big blue wildebeest bull. Nothing symbolizes Africa more than the blue wildebeest. He's a big, strong animal, and he takes a perfectly placed arrow to bring him down. And that's what we did. We shot him through both shoulders. He ran 100 yards and expired right here. This is, like I said, one of Africa's most recognizable species. He's one of my favorites, called the poor man's buffalo, because he's an inexpensive alternative to a Cape buffalo. And he looks a lot like a Cape buffalo. I mean, we've got a big head, massive boss on this buffalo. His horns extend about 2 inches past the ears. So this bull is going to be 28 to 29 inches. He's a record book candidate, and he is really a beautiful animal. That's the way we like to do it in Africa. Perfectly shot, watch the animal run, watch him fall in sight. This bull took off, he was double lunged, he ran about 100 yards and fell over. And the emphasis and the point I want to make on this particular hunt is about shot placement. African game is not like North American game. Most of the lungs and the good stuff is further forward in African game than in North American game. You have to try to take that animal in the back of the shoulder or in the crease to ensure you get a good double lung shot. Now, I know a lot of you watched that and you thought, oh, it's too far forward, he shot him in the shoulder, but through the shoulders is absolutely the best shot placement on Africa's plains game, because again, the vitals are so far forward. The problem I have with my clients that come to Africa is they get that so in their head that they shoot too far forward, and they get up in the brisket and they just get it completely out of the vitals. I don't want people that hunt with us to get too wrapped up about that, and I tell them just to shoot for the crease, try to put it in the crease right there behind the shoulder, and we'll find the animal. But again, if you get the perfect shot from safaripress.com, it will show you the anatomy and the vital location on practically every species in Africa. But hey, that's our show for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoy hunting Africa. I own a safari company there, and if any of you out there are interested in coming to Africa, go to our website, take a look, and give me a call or send me an email. I'll be happy to answer all your questions. And remember, if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right.